Well, Xenia Scouts Baseball is finally on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We find ourselves in the bottom half of the first here at Grady's Field alongside Riley Harshman. I'm Charlie Danis again. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but better later than never. So now we get to see Dugan Darnell bat. In case you are joining us, well, you are just joining us. Locos of Lima already possessing a 5-0 lead over the Scouts. This is Xenia Scouts baseball here on the Xenia Scouts radio network, by the way. So Connor Boswell sits at first. And in just a moment, we'll tell you how the top half of the first unfolded for Lima. That pitch is swung on and missed by Dugan. It was a 5-run frame for the Locos in the top half of the first, highlighted by a bases clearing triple by Brad Croy and a 2-run homer by Tyler Anshaw. Not the swiftest of starts for Scouts right-hander Ben Bills. So now here comes the 1-1 pitch from the Lima lefty, Tanner Hall. And Hall misses with the pitch. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike.
And the Scouts, they did have a pretty bad first half of the first, but there's still a lot of baseball left to play.
And that pitch hits Darnell in the back. So the Scouts now have a couple runners on base with only 1 out here in the bottom half of the first. The first out recorded by the leadoff man, Cameron Murray, who grounded out to first his first time up. Scouts starting lineup quickly looks like this. Cameron Murray will lead off and is playing center field. Connor Boswell, the right fielder, bats second. The shortstop, Dugan Darnell, bats third. Ryan Bertelsmann, the man at the plate right now, is the designated hitter, and he'll bat cleanup. Batting fifth will be Felix King. He's the first baseman. The catcher, Connor Regan, bats sixth for the Scouts tonight. Truman Brown, meanwhile, he'll play at third base tonight, and he will bat seventh. Batting eighth will be the left fielder, Luke Boylston, and batting ninth will be the second baseman, Zach Bacon. Ben Bills, as we mentioned, the right-hander on the mound for the Scouts.
Bertelsmann needs to put the ball in play here with men on base.
And now Bertelsmann will be able to bat. Redshirt freshman out of Baylor takes a strike. From the lefty, Tanner Hall. Bertelsmann had a very good game in the season opener, couple hits. This young man promises to be a prominent hitter for that Baylor Bears program. And now Bertelsmann swings. It's a grounder to third. Throw to second in time. Throw to first, and that is not in time. Bertelsmann was able to beat it out. Locos trying to make a bid there for an inning-ending 5-4-3 double play, but Bertelsmann shows off the wheels. And now it's runners on the corners for the Scouts with 2 away here in the bottom half of the first.
Bertelsmann doing a great job there, beating out that slow rolling ground ball, able to get to first before they can get the double play. Now the Scouts got runners on the corners. They need to try to make something happen here with 2 outs.
So now coming to the plate is Felix King. King had a 2-run double in the loss to Hamilton a couple nights ago. And now he has an opportunity here to put the Scouts on the board. Xenia trailing Lima at the moment 5-0. 5-run outburst in the top half of the first for the Locos, thanks to a bases clearing triple and a 2-run homer by Tyler Anshaw. The bases clearing triple, by the way, hit by Brad Croy, the Locos designated hitter. And King swings and misses. That's a quick inning for the Scouts. No runs and a hit for Xenia. They leave a couple men on base. We have played 1 here at Grady's Field. It is Lima 5, Xenia nothing.
Okay, Scout Faithful, we are back here at Grady's Field. As a part of this broadcasting job, me and my partner Charlie Danis have to take over PA every other inning or so. So that's what Charlie's doing. It's just going to be me, your host here, Riley Harshman. Bills delivers the first pitch to Lima Loco Justin Wiley, and he fouls that off for strike one. Again, to recap that first inning for the Locos, a bases clearing triple for Brad Croy brought in 2 runs, and a 2-run homer by Tyler Anshaw brought in 2 more. And Wiley is safe at first after a grounder to the short. Very close play over there at first. Now the Locos will be back at the top of the order here at the second inning. John Privatera, the left fielder, taking the left-handed batter's box. Privatera grounded out to first, his first time up. Bill sets. Wiley gets his lead. And Privatera will take a strike for strike one. Bills here really just needs to settle down, needs to forget that first inning and try to get some outs here in the second. Wiley goes, and the ball is fouled off by Privatera. So Wiley will make his way back to first base. Wiley takes his time going back to first. And I don't think we mentioned it earlier, but it was raining pretty hard here at the beginning of the game here. It seems to have slowed down a bit for now. Privatera grounds to second baseman Bacon. Bacon flips it to the shortstop, and Dugan Darnell is going to hold on to that one, get the force out at second. So 1 down here for the Lima Locos here in the top of the second here at Grady's Field. Coming up for the Locos now, right-handed hitter Michael Diffley. I apologize. Diffley hit a double to right his last time up. It was actually a little check swing. Got just over the first baseman's head, and Diffley was able to make a double out of it. Bills delivers. Delivers a strike on the outside corner to Diffley. Count 0-1. Privatera gets his lead at first base. Bills delivers. And Privatera will take second base. The catcher, Connor Regan, was unable to come up with the ball for the throw down to second base, and Privatera will have a stolen base. Bills looks down the runner at second, stretches out his neck a little bit, waits for the batter to get into the box. Bills just needs to get out of this jam here. He needs to keep the ball low. Bills delivers. Pitch a little bit inside for ball 1. Count is 1-1 to Diffley. Without the rain, it is a very nice night here in Xenia, Ohio. Bills sets, delivers, and it's a fly ball out to center. Cam Murray shading under it. And Privatera will leave from second on a tag, and he'll slide into third base safely. And the Scouts have 2 down here in the top of the second. Coming up for the Lima Locos is Cade Beloso. Last time up, he walked and scored on that bases clearing triple from Croy. So Bills here's got 2 outs and a runner on third. Going to try to get out of this jam unscathed. First pitch is delivered a strike. Looking to Cade Beloso. And Bill's going to try to make quick work. He likes to keep an up-tempo style when he's on the hill. Doesn't like to wait on batters to get ready. Bills delivers. And is a ball high. Count is 1-1 to Beloso. Privatera gets his lead from third. Bills comes set. Delivers. That ball's a little low, a little bit in the turf there for ball number 2. Infield playing deep. They don't want to let anything get out of the infield. Let Privatera score. Bills delivers. There's a grounder to second baseman Bacon. He gets it, throws it to first, and that'll be the third out of the inning. Scouts get out of that inning unscathed. And you're listening to the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. And we're back with Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. My partner, Charlie Danis, is taking over the PA announcing duties for this inning. It's just me, Riley Harshman, here, giving you the play-by-play in color for your Xenia Scouts. Coming up for the Scouts right now is our catcher, Connor Regan, Wright State alum. Tanner Hall delivers the first pitch, and it is high for ball 1. Regan gets set, swings, and we got a shallow fly ball. A little Texas Blue Leaguer down for a single for Connor Regan down in center field. And the Scouts have a man on. Coming up for the Scouts now is the third baseman, Truman Brown. Truman Brown had a really good night behind the plate against the Hamilton Joes a few nights ago. Had a lot of good blocks, a lot of good stops, but we're seeing him at third base today. He's going to try to get a hit here and try to get the Scouts back on the board. Hall sets, eyes down the man at first, and Truman Brown lays down a bunt, goes back to the pitcher, and Truman Brown throws it to second and gets the man out at second. And the Scouts have one away here in the bottom half of the second. What Brown did there is one rule that you don't want to do when you bunt is bunt it back to the pitcher, and that's what Brown did. And Tanner Hall was able to get the force out at second, get the lead man. Coming up for your Scouts now is Luke Boylson. Hall sets, delivers to Boylson. Called strike on the outside corner to Boylson. Brown gets a pretty big lead over there at first. Hall eyeing him down. He is a lefty. And Luke Boylson on the foul tip swing lets go of his bat, goes about 90 feet down the third base foul area. Fellow scout Diego Quinones grabbing his teammate's bat, giving it back to him. It's a second thrown bat we've seen this game from the Scouts. Carter Boswell accidentally threw his in the bottom half of the first. Boylson looks like he's applying some pine tar on his bat. Give it that stick so he doesn't let go again. And he walks back up into the batter's box, and we're back on. Hall eyes in for a sign, comes set, Eyeing down Brown at first. Delivers. Boylston with a shot over the shortstop's head and into center field. And that'll be another base hit for the Scouts. And they got men on first and second with one out here. In the bottom of the second with number 9 hitter, second baseman Zach Bacon coming up. Bacon's been shown a lot of good flashing of the leather at second base so far this season. Haven't seen a hit from Bacon yet, but he's going to try to rectify that right now. And we'll get to see Hall pitch in or out of a jam here. Scouts got one out, men on first and second. Hall delivers. Hits the outside corner for strike one. Hall's been doing a very good job of throwing first pitch strikes, and we've talked about on this broadcast how important that can be, getting ahead on a batter, and Hall's been doing that very well today. Delivers a second pitch to Bacon. That one's a little too outside, and he'll even up the count at 1-1. Scouts here again, men on first and second, going to try to chip away at that 5-0 gap that they have. Lima Locos up 5-0 on your Scouts as Bacon fouls that one off for strike two. In case you're just joining us, the Locos had a very productive first inning. Had a triple and a home run that brought in some of their runs that inning. And they're up 5-0 on the Xenia Scouts. Hall sets and delivers to Bacon. Rips one to the shortstop. And Taylor made double play right there. 6-4-3 in your scorebook. And that will end the second inning as your Scouts are down 5-0. Had 2 hits in that inning. And once again, the Lima Locos lead your Xenia Scouts 5-0. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
Welcome back to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. I'm Charlie Danis, back with the play-by-play. Top half of the third here at Grady's Field, where the Scouts find themselves trailing the Locos by a score of 5-0. Tyler Simon will lead off for the Locos, and he lifts a high one off to our left, but that will be well foul. 0-1 the count on the Locos' third baseman, Tyler Simon, who walked and scored during that first inning. An inning in which the Locos were able to put up not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 runs. Pitch is taken for a call strike by Simon. The big blows in that inning. Bases clearing triple for designated hitter Brad Croy, and then a 2-run homer by the right fielder Tyler Anshaw. And that has been the offense so far in this one. High pop-up on the infield. Who's going to catch it? And it'll be the third baseman, Brown, making the play. 1 gone here in the top half of the first. As is customary on our broadcast, we like to entertain you with tonight's trivia question. And we will have it for you in mere moments. Right-hander Ben Bills, still on the mound for the Scouts, by the way, as he delivers a first pitch strike to Mark Castelblanco, who struck out swinging his last time up. Casablanca playing in center field for the Scouts this evening. No one pitch is fouled off to the right, so it quickly goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Here's today's trivia question. On this day in 2012, former Yankees third baseman Alex Rodriguez broke the career Grand Slam record with his 23rd Grand Salami. Which of the following players held that record before A-Rod? First, the pitch. That is sprayed down the left field line, and making the catch up against the wall is Luke Boylston. Boylston might have taken a home run away that time. Able to make the play for the second out. Casablanca put some oomph behind that swing. And luckily for the Scouts, Boylston was the one who brought it back in. So 2 gone here in the top half of the third. So your choices. Which of the players held the distinguished career Grand Slam record before A-Rod broke it on this day back in 2012? And the pitch is swung on and hit the center field for the final out of the frame. Quickly, the choices: A, Barry Bonds, B, Hank Aaron, C, Lou Gehrig, or D, the big hurt Frank Thomas. We will have the answer for you coming up in the bottom half of the third. As we head to the bottom half of the third, it is Locos 5, Scouts nothing. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Let's now head to the bottom half of the third. Scouts have some work to do offensively as they trail the Locos of Lima by a score of 5-0. Cameron Murray, he will lead things off for the Scouts here. Murray playing in center field today for the Scouts. Grounded out to first his last time up. And he will face the left-hander Tanner Hall once again. Murray swings and misses at a breaking pitch. 0-1 the count. Connor Boswell waits on deck for Xenia. That pitch is taken on the outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Murray, Boswell, and Darnell, the scheduled hitters for the Scouts. Here in the bottom half of the third, Murray bats from the right side. 1-1 pitch on the way. And this is swung on, and this might be a gapper headed to the right center field gap, but cut off quite nicely by the center fielder. Throw into second is not in time. That was a nice job by Casablanca cutting it off and not allowing the ball to go to the wall that time, and that made it a much closer play at second, but Murray showcasing those great wheels that he possesses, able to motor in to second for a leadoff double here in the top half of the third. So now it's Connor Boswell who will come to the plate. He walked his last time up. The pitch. It is taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. Boswell, product of Glenville State, located in West Virginia. Teammates with Zach Bacon, who's also in the starting lineup today. Quick throw back to second. Murray back in plenty of time. As the left-hander Tanner Hall will keep him honest on the base pass. 1 out here in the bottom half of the third. The Scouts trying to get on the board, currently trailing the Locos by a score of 5-0. Pitch is swung on and missed by Boswell. It looked as though that one had the bottom drop out of it. Good old-fashioned curveball right there. And now it's 0-2 on Boswell. Dugan Darnell waits on deck for the Scouts. Boswell will get back in the right-handed batter's box. Hall, the left-hander, has his sign. High leg kick delivery. And that is low and outside for a ball. 1-2 the count on Boswell. And in just a moment, we will give you the answer to tonight's trivia question. It has to do with career grand slams. So we'll have that for you in just a moment. Meanwhile, 1-2 pitch on the way from Hall, but now time has been called. And now a chat on the mound will take place between the lefty Hall and his catcher, Daniel Series. And in the meantime, this will actually give us a chance to give you the answer to today's trivia question. We asked, on this day in 2012, Alex Rodriguez broke the career Grand Slam record with his 23rd Grand Salami. Which of the following players held that record before A-Rod overtook it? Was it A, Barry Bonds, B, Hank Aaron, C, Lou Gehrig, or D, Frank Thomas? All prolific home run hitters in their day. The answer? The Iron Horse, C, Lou Gehrig. He had 22 during his illustrious Hall of Fame career with the New York Yankees. 1-2 pitch, and Boswell checked his swing, fouls it off to the right. That could have gotten a little dicey right there, but Boswell still has his stick of lumber. So the count will remain at 1-2 strikes on the Scouts right fielder, Connor Boswell. The pitch from Hall. And this is swung on, grounded to short. Throw to first will be not in time. It gets away from the first baseman. And coming around to score on the play will be Cameron Murray. Boswell moves up to second on the play, and the Scouts get on the board. They now trail by 4, Locos 5, Scouts 1. There's still plenty of baseball left to be played here at Grady's Field. Nice job of Murray recognizing the ball, getting away from the first baseman. He is able to ultimately cross home plate, and because of the error on Lima, the Scouts now have another man in scoring position as Boswell sits at second following the play. Pitches up high to the next hitter, Dugan Darnell, the shortstop, who got hit by pitches last time up. So go ahead and put that down as an error on the Locos shortstop, Diffley. He's 6. Hall looks back at second, now delivers. Man, that pitch is in there for a call strike. Dugan Darnell, who's playing at shortstop. Darnell. This is college ball at Adrian Cotter to Xenia to play his summer ball with the Scouts. Hall delivers a strike. So now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. On the Scouts shortstop, Dugan Darnell. Ryan Bertelsmann waits on deck for Xenia. Scouts going with the navy blue jerseys tonight, along with the white pants with the navy blue stripe down the side. 1-2. And that is down low. Gets away from the catcher. Throw to third. Not in time. Nice heads-up base running by Connor Boswell. And now he's 90 feet away from scoring. So now all Darnell has to do here is simply put the ball in play. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Scouts trailing the Locos 5-1, but they are looking to chip away at this rather comfortable Locos lead. At least it appeared so at the beginning of the inning. Dugan swings and misses, and that's strike 3. Second strikeout of the night for the lefty Hall, and now Bertelsmann will come up here. He's got a runner in the form of Connor Boswell sitting at third base. And Bertelsmann has a chance to knock him in and get the Scouts closer to the Locos. Bertelsmann swings and misses at that pitch. Looked like a breaking ball from up here. 0-1 the count. On the Scouts' designated hitter. Again, Bertelsmann walked his last time up. Right-handed batter against the lefty Hall. Hall delivers, and this is bounced up the middle over the head of Hall. Tough play for the second baseman, and Bertelsmann is able to beat it out for an infield hit. Wiley gave it his best shot right there, but Bertelsmann once again beating it down the line. as he reaches on an infield single, and that will actually be an RBI single for him as Boswell is able to score on the play. 5-2 now in favor of the Locos. So give Bubba Cates' crew credit. They fell behind 5-0, but now in this inning, they have gotten a couple of runners on the board, or a couple runs in, I should say. Bertelsmann showcasing the speed right there, taking off for second. It's a successful stolen base for Ryan Bertelsmann. Standing in batting now for the Scouts is the first baseman, Felix King. King struck out swinging his first time up. That ended the bottom of the first. King, big, burly, right-handed batter. Plays his college ball at the Masters College. Count 1-1 on Felix King after the ball delivered by Hall. 1-1 pitch from Hall. That is inside for a ball. So now the count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Felix King. 6'1", 210-pounder. Looking to pick up his 3rd RBI of the season. They bluff a throw back to second, but Bertelsmann is back in plenty of time. Lefty Hall bends at the waist. Now he straightens up. He has his sign. 2-1 pitch. That is swung on and belted to left center. But making a great play out there was Castelblanco. Got to remember that the wind will play a little bit into this game. And there was rain definitely there, but that ball just hung up a little too long for King's liking as Castelblanco makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning. And so now Connor Regan, the catcher, with an opportunity here to try to get at least one more run across for the Scouts here in this frame, a frame where they've already pushed across 2. That pitch is way outside. And Series had to get out from behind the plate just to snag that one. 1-0 the count on Regan, who singled his last time up. Hall looks back, now delivers, and it's swung on. It's a grounder to the shortstop. Throw over to first will be in time, and that is that for the Scouts in this frame. But the important thing is Xenia is able to pick up a couple of runs on 2 hits, and they leave a man on base. We have play 3 here at Grady's Field. It is Lima 5, Xenia 2. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Top half of the fourth here at Grady's Field. It is Lima 5, Xenia 2. Rejoining me in the broadcast booth is Riley Harshman, who took a little turn at PA announcing. Seems like all hands are on deck tonight, Riley, as I had to fulfill those duties early on in this game. So we do a little bit of everything around here at Xenia.
We got to be versatile.
So now coming to the plate for the Locos is Tyler Anshaw, the right fielder. Anshaw swings and promptly hits a bullet into right field for a single. This is coming on the heels of that two-run bomb that he hit back in the first inning. So now he's officially 2 for 2.
Scouts, pitchers are going to have to look out for Anshaw next time it comes through the order.
So now Daniel Series comes to the plate for the Locos. The catcher has singled so far in this game, and he got thrown out on a bizarre-looking play to end the first inning. He advanced to second on a wild pitch and got a little too greedy as he tried to stretch it to third as he takes a pitch inside from Bills, 1-0 the count. Ends up being thrown out 2-5 officially in the scorebook, and that's how the first inning ended for the Locos. Cloudy day here in Xenia. Lights have been turned on here at Grady's Field as that pitch is taken inside, 2-0 the count to Daniel Series, the Lima catcher. And boy, oh boy, Riley, we had a lot of rain pass through these parts before this game.
Yeah, it was pouring down out here, and when that happens, as a player, you got to as a pitcher, especially, you have to make sure that ball stays dry. It's going to be very hard for you to be throwing a ball at as fast as you can throw when it's wet.
Bills delivers, and it's swung on. This might be a double play. No, it's going to be just a simple 5-3 putout. As instead of going to second on the play, going to first was Truman Brown, completed the throw to Felix King across the diamond for the first out. Meanwhile, Anshaw is able to move up to second on the play.
I think that's a good play by Brown there. Anshaw was almost to the bag there at second base. Not much going on. You got to give him that base and get the out here.
So now Justin Wiley, the second baseman, will come up here. And during the fourth inning, we will get you caught up with scores around the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League as the season is in full swing. Ben Bills, meanwhile, looking to rebound from that rough first inning. That's a check swing off to the right. King will give chase, but it'll fall foul.
Bill's done a good job rebounding from that rough first inning. He hasn't allowed one since. He's got a runner at second here. He's got to keep him there.
Oh, 1 count. Justin Wiley. Wiley takes a strike from Bills. 0-2 the count. Runner on second in the form of Tyler Anshaw as the Locos currently lead the Scouts 5-2. Nice job by the Scouts, by the way, last inning of getting a couple runs on the board. Still a long ways to go in this one. There's a grounder up the third base line. Then it is foul. A couple scores around the GLSCL. I think I got that right. Bottom half of the fourth. Richmond and Irish Hills are tied at 3 in that one. Muskegon, meanwhile, holding a 4-0 lead over Cincinnati, or 4-2 lead over Cincinnati, I should say, as they play their game in the bottom half of the fourth. Pitch fouled off to the left as the count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Justin Wiley. Sugar Beets and the Copperheads getting together in Southern Ohio, and right now it is Saginaw leading that one 5-2 as they bat in the bottom half of the fourth. And then a couple of other games that were scheduled to be played for tonight. I don't know if they're being held up by the weather or what. Licking County is playing host to Lake Erie. Meanwhile, Galleon playing host to Grand Lakes tonight. Wiley sends a high fly ball out the left field. Boylston takes a couple steps backwards before making the catch for the second out of the frame.
Good job by Boylston there, getting behind that ball, getting ready to throw it down to third in case Anshaw was going to tag, and Anshaw held up at second because Boylston played that ball very well.
So now John Privatera will come to the plate for the third time tonight. He grounded out to the second baseman to begin the game and then reached on a fielder's choice. That was back in the second. Privatera bats from the left side, playing left field tonight for the Locos. Bills, the left-hander, meanwhile, looking in for his side from his catcher. Bills with the high leg kick and delivers. That's down low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Connor Regan, the catcher tonight for the Scouts. Lima going with their customary blue jerseys with orange piping on the sleeves. Great pants. Hats are pretty colorful as well. Orange bill, blue hat. And that's a grounder up the middle. Ace hit. They're going to send the runner, and he is going to score on the play standing up. Put that down as an RBI single for John Privatera as he knocks in Anshaw on the play. It's now 6-2 in favor of the Locos.
That's another tough break for Bills. Another ground ball he just produced there. Just a little too hard and right back at him. He was unable to make the play. Unfortunate the run was crossed.
So now definitely comes to the plate. Doubleton scored his first time up and then flew out to center his second time up. So he's officially 1 for 2 on the night thus far. Bills will throw back to first. Runner back in plenty of time.
Bills just needs to bear down here. He's allowed a lot of runs this game, but he can't let that get the best of him. There's still a lot of baseball left to play.
Diffley will swing and promptly hit one into left field. And the runner will move up to third on the play. Yes. Advancing on the play was Privatera. He didn't care that the ball was hitting the left field. He was going for third all the way, and he hustles in there on that last play. A single for Diffley, and now runners at the corners for the Locos. 2 out here in the top half of the fourth with a run already in.
Privatera got a great jump as soon as that ball hit the bat, and he was wheeling around second base and was thinking third all the way.
And now Bubba Cates is coming out. This might be a talking to on the mound. This might be a chance for a pitching change. Looks as though that this might be a pitching change, actually. Cates for right now talking with Bills. The entire Xenia Scouts infield on the mound. It is a 6-2 lead for the Locos.
Runners on first and third. There are 2 outs, but it's still a very dangerous situation. The Scouts do have opportunity for force outs at second and first, but Coach Casey doesn't want to let this game get too out of hand.
So far in this game, the Locos have tallied 6 runs on 8 hits. They have committed an error in the field. Meanwhile, the Scouts, 2 runs on 5 hits. They have yet to commit an error in the field. So it turns out that it was just Bubba Cates talking to his right-hander, Bills. Bills will stay out there on the mound for right now. I would imagine, Riley, that Coach Cates is just giving Bills a chance to finish off this inning, and wouldn't be surprised if we saw a new pitcher on the mound next inning, but we shall see. In the meantime, Kay Beloso will bat for Lima, I should say, as he takes a ball in the turf.
And Coach Case going out there, giving his confidence to Ben Bills, and that's going to give Ben Bills a lot of confidence and finish this inning off strong.
Beloso, left-handed batter. He has struck out and flied out to left his first time up. This time he sends a fly ball out to center field. Murray on his horse, and it's over his head. It'll hit the base of the wall. 1 run will come in to score. Another run will cross the plate. It's a 2-run double for Kay Beloso. And now this lead will be stretched to 8-2 in favor of Lima.
Another tough break for Bills. As much as we've seen from Bills, he is a fly ball pitcher. He does produce a lot of fly balls, but a lot of these are just getting out of hand today.
Bills will remain on the mound for the Scouts as Tyler Simon will come to bat. Third baseman will take a pitch, and that gets away from the catcher. As the runner will move up to third. Beloso to third after the ball gets away from the Scouts catcher. Regan on the play. So now Simon with runner on third, less than 90 feet away from scoring.
Bills needs to produce a ground ball here to keep this lead at 6.
The pitch. That's down low for a ball. 2-0 the count. Tyler Simon, he has walked and scored in this game. High leg kick by Bills. Pitch. He's now gone 3-0 to Simon after that pitch misses down low below the knees. That pitch is a strike now. 3-1 the count on Tyler Simon. Mark Casablanco waits on deck for Lima. The pitch. Swung on, hot shot down the third baseline, and that is foul.
Bills here needs to finish this rally and try to end this inning with this batter right here. Done a very good job of fighting back with a couple strikes and can end this inning right here.
And we keep mentioning this, but there's still plenty of baseball left to be played here. And we have seen a lot of high-scoring affairs in the GLSCL so far as that pitch is inside for a ball. And so Simon will get on base via the walk. Below still at third, and that will bring Mark Casablanco to the plate, the center fielder. Casablanco has struck out and flied out to left field so far. And no, his last name is not Casablanca, as in the classic movie starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. It is spelled Castelblanco. Although I will say this, love me some Casablanca. Probably one of my favorite movies. Has to be in my top 3. Love that movie.
Very good movie. We see a little mound visit here.
And actually, there's a baseball connection to Casablanca, which I'll talk about in just a moment, as Casablanca will come to bat here for Lima. Left-handed batter against the right-hander Bills. Bills will deliver. That pitch is down low for a ball. Mr. Harshman, did you know that, let's see here, let's see if I have this right. I believe it was Theo Epstein's uncle was a screenwriter for Casablanca. In fact, he was so good at his job for that particular movie that he won an Academy Award that year.
I think I did know that. I think that was mentioned on the Cubs World Series run a couple of years ago now. The Epstein-Casablanca connection.
That is pretty neat. That pitch is taken for a call, strike in the inside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike on Casablanca. And that pitch is hit in the right field for a base hit. It'll be an RBI single for Mark Casablanca. Scoring on the play is Kay Beloso. Moving to second on the play is Tyler Simon.
Interesting to see Cates keep Bills in here. He's been struggling here ever since and as I say that, Cates makes his way out to the mound.
So that will end the night for the Bills. We will tell you about the new pitcher on the mound for the Scouts when we come back. We are in the top half of the 4th inning, and right now it is all Lima. Score of 9-2 in favor of the Locos. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. New pitcher on the mound for the Scouts as the right-hander Landon Myers makes his Scouts debut. First time that we've seen this young man in the Scouts uniform. 6 foot, 200-pounder. Originally went to Lima Tech, but this upcoming season he will be playing for the Ohio State University. He'll be a Buckeye come the 2019 season. And he's just trying to get the Scouts out of what has turned out to be a rough inning for them. 4 runs have come across the plate for Lima, as that pitch is taken on the inside corner for a call strike by Brad Croy, who delivered one of the big blows in that 5-run first inning for the Locos with a bases-clearing triple.
Myers here just needs to not worry about these runners and just get this one out the Scouts need so they can get the bats back out.
Myers looks back to second. Now he'll deliver. And that pitch, again, catches the inside corner for a call strike. Nice job of using the breaking stuff early on in this at-bat. 0-2 count on Croy, who has also flown out to center in this game. Officially 1 for 2 on the night thus far.
The middle infielders playing at that double play depth a little bit, leaving those gaps.
Myers, pitch, and it is hit into center field for a base knock. They're going to send the runner, and he will score on the play. An RBI single for Brad Croy. As now the Locos have hit double digits in the score column. 10-2 in favor of Lima. So for the second time this inning, Tyler Anshaw will bat. He had a single, and he later came around to score in this frame. Anshaw bats from the left side, and he'll take a pitch down low for a ball. Still one more out to go for the Scouts here in the top half of the fourth. Already 5 runs have crossed the plate for the Locos. A mirror image of what they did at the beginning of this game in the top half of the first.
I think it's worth mentioning the Locos have scored all 5 of those runs with 2 outs.
They have been a clutch bunch here so far at Grady's Field. The pitch, down low for a ball. 2-0 the count on Anshaw.
Force outs everywhere, first, second, and third here. Myers needs to try to produce a ground ball, let his defense finish out this inning.
The 2-0 is swung on and belted to right center field. This ball is going to rattle up against the wall. 2 more runs are going to cross the plate for Lima. That was a booming blast off the bat of Tyler Anshaw, who already has a 2-run shot in this game. Add 2 more RBIs to his total this evening. 4 total thus far on the night. (12-2) in favor of Lima. Mercy, mercy, the Locos. They have certainly brought out the bats tonight.
We just seen a lot of very good hitting from the Locos. They're waiting for their pitch, and they're driving it to the outfield.
So now Daniel Series, the catcher, up at bat for the Locos. Grounded to third this inning. Second time that he will bat in this inning. Myers will deliver, and a nice block made by the catcher, Regan. Series now the 11th man that has come to bat this inning for Lima.
And it's been a long inning for the Scouts, but they need to bear down here, keep that focus up, and get this last out.
Myers will swing, and this one is crushed down the left field line, and that ball is gone. The Thunder Show continues for Lima. A 2-run shot over the left field wall by the catcher, Daniel Series.
And that's just another great piece of hitting by the Locos. They're waiting for their pitches, and they're driving them to where they want to hit them. It's a very long inning for the Scouts.
Second home run hit by the Locos. Anshaw earlier with a 2-run shot, and now Series with a 2-run shot of his own. It has now become a 9-run inning for the Locos, who lead the Scouts 14-2. Justin Wiley now batting for the second time this frame. He becomes the 12th batter this frame. He flew out to left field his last time up this frame. That pitch is inside for, or in there for a strike, I should say. Wiley is also singled on the night.
Scouts need to do, they need to get out of this inning and not let this inning drag on them.
Wiley swings. He'll send a fly ball out to right field, and making the catch is Boswell, and finally, this inning is over. But not before the Locos send 12 batters to the plate. It's a 9-run inning for Lima as we head to the bottom half of the fourth. It's Lima 14, Xenia 2. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
Stranger things that have happened on the diamond.
Well, the Scouts have plenty of work to do offensively here as they bat in the bottom half of the fourth here at Grady's Field. They trail Lima 14-2. As the old saying goes, onward and upward. Truman Brown, Luke Boylston, and Zach Bacon, the scheduled hitters for the Scouts this inning.
And the Scouts here need to forget that ninth inning, have a short memory. Still a lot of baseball left to play, and they need to start chipping away.
Brown will take a strike on the outside. 0-1 the count. Brown reaching base via fielder's choice his last time up. Still out there on the mound is the lefty Hall, and Hall quickly back to work and delivers a ball inside. 1-1 the count. On the Scouts' third baseman, Mr. Brown. 1-1 pitch. That's outside. 2-1. And boy, Hall is really working at a big pace here. He's not holding the ball for longer than 8 seconds. He goes back at it once again. 2-1. Brown swings and fouls it back. So now Brown will have to wait a little bit on this pitch.
Yeah, I think when a pitcher's working at a pace this fast, sometimes the batter has to dictate the pace as well, call time, and get his mindset ready for the plate.
And I think he also recognizes, too, with a 14-2 lead, he better pound the strike zone as Brown fouls that one off.
Brown doing a good job here, fouling off the junk that would probably be called a strike otherwise and trying to find his pitch.
2 balls, 2 strike on Truman Brown. Here's the pitch. And it's outside for a ball, 3-2. Third baseman Truman Brown just trying to get on base, trying to start something here for the Scouts. Payoff pitch. That's grounded foul off to the right. Well, if nothing else, Truman is making Hall work out there on the mound a little bit with this at-bat.
That's exactly what the Scouts need to do, though. They just need to get on base. Might not be smacking the ball like the Locos are, but once you get on base, start getting a few hits, that'll start a rally.
Pitch is swung on, and it's a fly ball out to center, and it'll be caught by the center fielder Casablanco for the first out. F8 in the scorebook. Luke Boylston now coming to bat for the Scouts. Singled his last time up. And Boylston, boy, it's been a little bit of an adventure for him out there in left field. He made a great catch of a ball that could have been a home run, but he's also seen some balls that literally take out the wind, just blown over the left field wall. As that pitch is down low for a ball, 1-0 the count on Luke.
The outfielders for the Scouts have been active today.
And the pitch is swung on out to center field, and that ball is going to be over the head of Casablanco. This is going to be extra bases for Luke Boylston, as he'll motor on into second. It's a double.
That could be just what the Scouts need. They need to see Hall hit a little bit, and Boylston with a great drive there.
So now Zach Bacon will come to the plate. He grounded into an inning-ending double play back in the second inning. Bacon bats from the right side. Mentioned earlier that he's collegiate teammates with Connor Boswell. Both those guys play for Glenville State in the state of West Virginia. That pitch is taken on the outside corner for a call strike. Bacon has struggled a little bit out of the gates, but base knock here would hopefully turn things around for him. Bacon swings and misses, and now he finds himself.
Bacon needs to fight here. He doesn't want to go down too quick to Hall and get his confidence back up.
I believe Bacon is down 0-2 on the count.
Yes, I think you're right.
0-2. Signaled by our home plate umpire. Thank you, ump. Here's the pitch. That's outside for a ball. 1-2 the count on Zach Bacon. Waiting on deck is Cameron Murray. Boylston takes his lead from second. The pitch. Swung on and missed by Bacon. Strike three. Two gone here in the bottom half of the fourth, and now Murray will come to bat. Let's see here. That is now the third strikeout on the night for the lefty Hall.
Hall's been boasting a very impressive breaking ball, but we haven't had to see too much of it.
So now Murray, the right-handed batter, working against the lefty Hall. The pitch. Taken for a strike. Murray has grounded out to first, and he doubled and scored. That coming back in the third. Murray with an RBI opportunity here as Boylston takes his lead from second. Hall, the left-hander, with the kick in the pitch. And that is fouled off to the left.
Murray here is going to have to fight, try to get some more pitches out of Tanner Hall.
It's an 0-2 count on the Youngstown State Penguin. Cameron Murray.
You can tell Boylston out there at second wants to make a trot home.
Hall with the pitch. This is fouled off to the right. I think that might have bounced off the roof as well, judging by the clanging I heard just outside our booth. 0-2, the count remains on Cameron Murray, the Scout center fielder.
Boylston getting a nice lead over there at second. He wants to score on a Cameron Murray contact.
The 0-2 pitch. Murray swings, and it's a ground ball over to the second baseman. Throw to first will be in time. Wiley to Beloso for the final out of the frame. No runs, one hit, and a man left on base for the Scouts we have played for here in Xenia. It is Lima 14, Xenia 2. This is your home for Xenia Scouts Baseball, the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Top half of the fifth here at Grady's Field. Lima leading the Scouts 14-2. Landon Myers still out there on the mound for the Scouts, and he's been tasked to keep this deficit where it is. It was a very rough night for Ben Bills. And in a moment, we'll get you the final numbers for the right-hander. In the meantime, batting now for the Locos will be John Privatera. Privatera will take a strike from Myers. Privatera singled and scored his last time up. He's officially 1 for 2 on the night, which also includes a ground out to second. 0-1 pitch on the way from Myers. That pitch is outside for a ball. And Riley, we were talking when Myers came in. He has a interesting delivery.
Yeah, he really gets that leg up in the air and tries to generate a lot of power from his lower body.
The back leg is what Riley is talking about, as that's down low for a ball. 2-1 the count. It's a very quick motion, and the leg just juts up there on his follow-through. 2-1 pitch. This is popped up, foul ground, and it'll settle back behind us. 2-2 the count. Privatera, Diffley, and Beloso. Scheduled hitters for the Locos. Ground ball over to the shortstop. Throw to first is in time. Strong throw made right there by Dugan Darnell as he was able to get Privatera by an eyelash. 1 out. Michael Diffley will now come to the plate. Diffley, he's had a nice night at the plate so far. 2 for 3 with a double and a single. And he's also scored 2 runs as well. Then again, it seems like every batter for Lima has had a good night thus far, as evidenced by their 14 runs on 13 hits. That pitch is down low for a ball, so Diffley now coming to bat. And you know, Riley, I was thinking about this while Diffley came to bat his last time up. When you watch his batting stance, do you see a little bit of Todd Frazier?
A little bit of Todd Frazier with that back elbow.
And that pitch is swung on and hit into center field for a base knock.
And got some of Bills' line for you. He allowed 12 runs on 11 hits through 3 2/3 of work tonight.
Obviously a lot for him to work on, but hey, you know, this is early on in the season. Players are still working out the kinks, so hopefully he will come back out the next time and be better.
And that's what you got to hope for. You got to stay confident, have a short memory when it comes to baseball, because there's always another game.
Okay, Beloso, meanwhile, comes up for Lima, and he'll send a fly ball out to left field. And this ball is going to go over the left field wall. It's a 2-run homer for Beloso. That's now the 3rd homer of the night for Lima. So yet another long ball for Lima in this game as they just continue to pile on the Scouts. It's now 16-2 in favor of Lima.
That was a very impressive hit there by Beloso. A left-handed hitter gets the ball on the left side of the plate and takes it that way over the fence. That's a very impressive piece of hitting.
A couple of arms are starting to warm in the Scouts bullpen. Looks like Ryan Moeller, the left-hander in particular, is starting to get warm down there for Xenia. As another pitch was delivered by Myers. 0-1 the count. Myers now quickly back to work. 0-1 pitch. And that just misses on the inside. 1-1 the count.
Myers just needs to forget about that last pitch. He put down a good pitch, you know, on the outside corner of the plate below. So just better piece of hitting.
There's a foul ball off to the right, down towards the Lima bullpen. And during this frame, we will get you caught up with scores around Major League Baseball. You know, we talked about Todd Frazier. He plays in the majors, so provides a little bit of a segue for us, if you will. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's outside for a ball. Top half of the fourth in Baltimore, the Orioles are trailing the Red Sox in that one 5-2. Bottom half of the fifth, Yankees leading the Nationals 2-0. That game taking place in the Bronx. Pitch by Myers, 2-2. This is grounded over to short. Throw to first is going to be in time. Nice pick at the other end that time by Felix King.
We've seen him do that a couple of times now with some very nice picks over there at first. Got to let Coach Bo Cates know that he can hold his own over there at first base.
Mark Casablanco will now dig in once again. He has gone 1 for 2 or 1 for 3 on the night with a run scored. Pass from the left side against the righty Myers. Myers rocks and deals, and this is swung on and hit into left field. Boylston will make the catch for the final out of the frame. 2 more runs across the plate for the Locos thanks to a 2-run job by Kay Beloso. It is now Lima 16, Scouts 2 as we head to the bottom half of the fifth. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
Boswell, Darnell. Back to the MJ.
Connor Boswell will lead things off for the Scouts as we begin play in the bottom half of the fifth.
The Scouts need base runners here. You know, they don't want to try to get all these runs at once because the simple truth of it is they probably won't. They need to start chipping away inning by inning to try to get at this lead.
Boswell swings and misses, 0-1 pitch, and Hall quickly back at it. And another swing and a miss as Boswell chased one outside. So now 0-2 the count on Boswell, who has walked, and he also reached via an error on the shortstop. Later came around to score in the third inning. Boswell with the open stance, 0-2 pitch. And that's outside for a ball. 1-2 the count. And we'll continue with scores around the majors in just a moment.
The thing the Scouts need to do, they just need to keep the same mentality at the plate like it's 0-0.
Boswell will send one into right field for a base hit. Good start there for the Scouts as they get the leadoff man on. Dugan Darnell, the shortstop, coming up to the plate. Some other scores around the major leagues. Top of the fifth in Philadelphia. The Phillies leading the Rockies 4-0. They're in the middle of the fifth in Detroit with the Tigers leading the Twinkies 2-1 in that one. It's the end of the fifth in Miami. The Marlins possessing a 3-1 lead over the San Francisco Giants. Bottom half of the fifth in Tampa Bay. The Rays, they have a 2-1 edge over the Toronto Blue Jays. Darnell takes a pitch inside for a ball. Top half of the second in Milwaukee, the Brewers leading the Cubbies 2-0. Bottom half of the second on the south side of Chicago, the White Sox leading the Indians 3-0 in that one. Hall with the pitch, misses inside, and then a stolen base at second as Boswell was able to take off on the play. So credit the Scouts right fielder with a stolen base on that play. And now it's a 2-0 count on Dugan Darnell. They're heading to the bottom half of the second in Kansas City with the Royals and the Reds still scoreless in that interleague affair. The Padres and the Cardinals, they're in the top half of the third in St. Louis as Darnell takes a strike, 2-1 the count. They're in the top half of the third. of that game. And then coming up later on tonight at 9:40, the D-backs play host to the Pittsburgh Pirates out in the desert. As Hall sets and fires. That is low for a ball. 3-1 the count on Darnell. 10:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Oakland A's host the Houston Astros out there on the east side of the bay. Mariners play host to the Angels at 10:10. Pitch by Hall, swung on and fouled off by Darnell. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Actually, 3 balls and 2 strikes, excuse me. And then finally at 10:10, Mr. Harshman, your Dodgers playing host to the Texas Rangers. The pitch. Darnell swings and an inside-out job. He's into left field. They will hold the runner at third base. Base knock by Darnell. Runners at the corners now with nobody out for the Scouts here in the bottom half of the 5th.
Boswell Darnell doing a very good job getting 2 hits with 2 strikes on them, both hitting it to the opposite field. They're doing a great job of hitting the ball there.
So now Ryan Bertelsmann will come to bat, and Hall will now be visited by his catcher, Daniel Series. And now the rest of the Lima infield will come on. And how about this? Lima is actually going to be making a pitching change. So a new pitcher will be on the mound for the Locos in just a moment. We will step aside. We're here in the bottom half of the 5th here at Grady's Field with the Locos leading the Scouts 16-2. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
From Urbandale, Iowa, goes to University of Northwestern Ohio, NAIA school. Okay. My buddy plays basketball there. 6'4", 220.
Speaking of Northwestern, did you see the Clemson backup quarterback who was a former number 1 recruit who went to Northwestern?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 2017 number 1 quarterback is going to play for the Wildcats.
That's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, make the Big Ten a little more exciting.
Red shirt, obviously. But,
Right.
well, for a bad night, we're holding it together, I guess.
Trying to. Yeah.
I'm trying, man.
Just like, I mean, I'm not experienced. I'm man enough to admit I'm not experienced enough when there's just a hit show. Like, I'm out of things to say. Like there's another hit. Yeah. There's another great piece of hitting. I don't know what else to say to that other than it's a good piece of hitting. What he did.
Did he make a substitution? New pitcher on the mound for the Locos. Cole Baker, the right-hander, 6'4", 220-pounder. Hails from Urbandale, Iowa. He will take over for the lefty Hall out there on the mound. Runners at the corners with nobody out here for the Scouts in the bottom half of the 5th. As Bertelsmann will take a strike from Baker. Scouts trailing the Locos big 16-2, but Bertelsmann hoping to help the Scouts here chip away a little bit. Bertelsmann will take a strike. The throw down to second, and the runner is tagged out.
Tough break there for the Scouts. Darnell didn't get the best jump off of first base, and catcher Daniel Series with a great throw.
A score of 2-4 in the scorebook on that play. So 1 out here in the bottom half of the fifth. Bertelsmann will send it into right field for a base knock. That'll be an RBI single for his second hit of the night. It is now 16-3 in favor of Lima.
Bertelsmann doing another good job of taking the ball where it's pitched, taking it to the right side of the infield. Little CNI single for him, gets the RBI.
So now Felix King will come a-calling offensively. He flew out to center field his last time up. So looking for his first hit of the evening here on this June the 12th of 2018. That pitch is down low for a ball.
The Scouts just need to keep chipping away. They've done a good job this inning so far, putting the ball in play. They got 3 hits. They just need to keep swinging those bats and try to chip away at this lead.
Baker rocks and fires, and that pitch is outside. So now it's 2-0.
The best way to come back is just treat this game like it's still 0-0. Might not read that on the scoreboard, but you have to have that type of mentality that you can't tie this game up with one swing right now. You just need to do it one swing at a time.
2 balls, no strikes on the Scouts' first baseman, Felix King. Baker sets at the belt. Now he delivers, and that pitch is outside for a ball. And another stolen base attempt for the Scouts here. This time Bertelsmann is able to swipe it back as he moves into second. There was no throw as Series was not able to handle the pitch cleanly. That's the second stolen base of the inning for the Scouts. And you know what? Why not? And Coach Bubba Cates is wanting to get his team back in this game as best he can, and what better way than to get more and more runners into scoring position. 3-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. 3-1 the count on King. Waiting on deck for the Scouts is Connor Regan, the catcher. 3-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike as well. Just nipping the inside corner. 3-2.
That's a good pitch to take for King. And when you got that hitter's count, you want your pitch. And that ball was a little low, a little inside. He didn't like it, so he didn't swing at it.
3-2 pitch. King will send this one out to right field. Oh, and the catch was made. And they're going to double off the runner at second base. What a play made out there by Anshaw. They complete the double play. And that is that for the Scouts. 1 run does come in to score for the Scouts on 3 hits. No men are left on base. We played 5 here in Xenia. And it is Lima 16, Xenia 3. This is your home for Xenia Scouts Baseball, the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. New pitcher on the mound for the Scouts as we begin play here in the top half of the sixth. Lima leading by a wide margin, you would say, 16-3 in favor of the Locos. And it's now the lefty Ryan Moeller out there on the mound for the Scouts. Lima 16 runs on 15 hits, 1 error in the field. Meanwhile, the Scouts 3 runs on 9 hits and no errors in the field.
Moeller here's got to do what he can to minimize damage, try to keep this lead at 13 for a possible comeback attempt for the Scouts.
In the meantime, Brad Croy will come to the plate. Croy, 2 for 3 on the night. 3-run triple back in the first. Also had a single. Later came around to score. And that gargantuan 9-run fourth inning for the Locos as he takes a strike from Moeller. Next pitch. That swung on and fouled off to the right. Does King have a play on it? Yes, he does. And King was able to catch that ball. Snow cone job, but it works. Nice play by King.
That was a very nice play by King. Those balls are just so hard to catch because you got to worry about that fence. But King, knowing where the fence was, had his glove out there, ready to catch the ball. He made a great play.
So now Tyler Anshaw will come to the plate, and boy, if you're looking for an early game player of the game candidate, at least on Lima's side, look no further than this young man. As that pitch is down low for a ball, 1-0 the count. Anshaw, 2-run homer back in the first, singled and scored once back in the fourth, doubled and scored in the fifth as in that long fourth inning. So he is officially a perfect 3 for 3 on the night. All 3 times he's gotten hits, all 3 times he has come around to score.
Triple shy of the cycle.
And that pitch is down low for a ball as, boy, Moeller's having a tough time locating the stuff. Moeller, a left-hander. As he winds and delivers, and that's a ground ball up the first baseline, foul. 6'2", 200-pounder from Grinnell College.
Infield playing real deep here, almost on the outfield turf. Don't want anything to get through.
That pitch is down low. Counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grinnell College located in Grinnell, Iowa. For those of you wondering, well, where the heck it was. 3-1 the count on Anshaw. Anshaw swings and bounces one over to second. Bacon will make the play over to first in time. 2 gone here in the inning.
Good job there by Bacon. I mentioned in that previous pitch how the infield was deep, and Bacon, as soon as that ball came off the bat, started charging in hard for that grounder.
Daniel Series will now come to bat. Series with a single, a ground out to third, and a 2-run homer. Part of that 9-run inning for the Locos back in the fourth. The wind of the pitch by Moeller, and that swung on and missed by Series. Healthy cut, as they like to say. 0-1 the count. Moeller employing the high stirrups as part of his get-up. As that pitch is up high for a ball. 1-1 the count.
Moeller doing a good job this inning at keeping the ball down in the zone. Needs to continue to do that if he wants to get out of this inning.
Wind of the pitch by Moeller. And that will hit Series in the back. So he will reach first base the hard way. And that will keep the inning alive for Lima as Justin Wiley will now come to the plate. Now, we talked a moment ago how Moeller looking pretty sharp at those stirrups. Wiley doing the same thing. Wiley donning the blue stirrups with, looks like, white and orange and blue striping in the middle, right at the middle of the calf area, to give you a better idea. Pitch to Wiley is down low and inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Wiley on the night, 1 for 3 with a single. Couple flyouts to his name as well.
Got a couple options for the infield to get this last out here, and Moeller gonna need it.
Pitch is inside for a ball. 2-0 the count.
You know, it's worth mentioning in that marathon 4th inning that all 9 runs scored were with 2 outs. So Locos aren't necessarily done yet.
Wiley, meanwhile, 2-0 pitch. Down low for a ball. It's now 3-0.
Moeller needs to try to fight back here. He doesn't want to give 2 free base runners to the Locos because the Locos have done a good enough job getting base runners on their own.
3-0 pitch from Moeller. And it was swung on and missed, and boy, Wiley almost swung out of his shoes that time.
Well, some coaches will say if you're going to swing on 3-0, you better send that ball over the fence, and that's exactly what Wiley was trying to do there.
He definitely had the green light that time. 3-1 pitch. And that's a strike as Wiley was about to take a step towards first base. No. Has to see one more pitch. Payoff pitch coming from Moeller. He kicks and deals. That's high and outside, and that'll be a walk for Wiley. Second base runner that has reached base via Moeller here in the top half of the 6th. It is Lima 16, Xenia 3. Alongside Riley Harshman, I'm Charlie Danis. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Of course, you can access us on YouTube.com. Just go to YouTube and search Xenia Scouts Baseball, and you're there. We will have coverage of Xenia Scouts Baseball all summer long for you. So hopefully you will be a part of the ride, and hopefully we'll have some good news to share with you about the Scouts this season. It's been a tough night for Xenia, but then again, we have seen stranger things. Moeller will look back to second. Now he'll deliver. And that pitch might have hit the batter right there. And it did. So Privatera will now go to first, and now the bases are loaded.
Moeller needs to settle down here and bear down and try to put these balls in the strike zone because you don't want to give Locos here bases loaded. They've shown how dangerous they can be with the bat. One swing can add on to this lead.
Michael Diffley back to the plate. He has gone 3 for 4 on the night. Couple singles, a double, 3 runs scored. His only blemish on his box score would be a fly out to center. That was back in the 2nd. And a long discussion on the mound now as Moeller continues to confer with his catcher Regan. Also, Bubba Cates, the manager for the Scouts. In his 4th year here in Xenia, Bubba Cates.
Moeller here, the only bright side to having bases loaded is you can get an out anywhere. You just need to keep this ball in the infield so his defense can finish the job.
So now Diffley will finally dig into the batter's box, and he will once again showcase that batting stance that is very familiar and bears a striking resemblance to that of Mets third baseman Todd Frazier. The pitch. That's high and outside by Moeller. 1-0 the count on Diffley. And you know what? It's kind of ironic that he has that same type of batting stance that Frazier does because they wear the same colors as the Mets. Blue and orange. 1-0 pitch on the way, and the grounder over to second. Throw to first. That'll be in time. So for the first time tonight, really, The Locos strand a couple of base runners, but they're still up big as we head to the bottom half of the sixth. It's Lima 16, Xenia 3. You're at Grady's Field. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Back here in the bottom half of the sixth at Grady's Field, as the skies overhead are starting to darken. We don't know if that's impending doom in terms of rain or just the evening descending upon us. But either way, it's starting to get dark above us. Lights are on here in Xenia, and the Scouts come to bat once again. Connor Regan will lead things off for the Scouts against the right-hander Baker, who rocks and fires, and he deals a ball inside. 1-0 the count. Regan, Brown, Boylston up here for the Scouts. Scheduled 3 batters to begin this frame. The pitch. That is low and inside for a ball to Regan, who has singled and grounded out to shortstop so far on the night. Lima leading Xenia 16-3. Pitch is in there for a call strike.
Now, these Scouts hitters, they just need to stay patient up there, find their pitch, because they're not going to end this lead with just one swing of the bat. It's going to take a lot of swings and a lot of patience.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Baker. This is swung on, and that's off the foot of Baker. Throw to first is not in time. Trying to make a play on that ball was the third baseman, Simon. Gave it all he got, but the ricochet off the foot of Baker was just enough to allow Regan to reach safely. That'll go down as an infield hit for Regan, and now Truman Brown will come to bat for the Scouts. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the second and flew out to center as well.
Brown here needs to follow in his teammates' footsteps, wait for his pitch, and drive it somewhere.
The pitch from Baker, and Brown takes a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Brown will foul it off to the left, 0-2. As customary, in the 6th inning, we talk about our stat of the night. And tonight, Riley, we're going to talk whip. Walks, hits per innings pitched. I think a stat that doesn't get talked about enough when it comes to pitching. 0-2 pitch, grounded to third. Throw to second. No, it gets away from the second baseman. And now motoring into third will be Regan. Runners at the corners now. That'll go down as a throwing error on the third baseman, Simon. Brown will reach on the fielder's choice. Advancing on the E5 to third is Regan. And so now the Scouts might have something cooking here offensively. Still nobody out. Here in the bottom half of the sixth, and Luke Boylston, who can put a charge into the baseball whenever he can. He'll be coming to bat. Boylston, 2 for 2 on the night with a single and a double. So let's now see that if he can get a hit, this time with some men on base. Baker sets at the belt. Now delivers, and that is down low for a ball. I see that you are pulling up all sorts of graphs and pictures, Riley, to help us out with our discussion about whip. Whenever you are ready with your presentation, just let me know. In the meantime, Boylston back in the right-handed batters, 1-0 the count. And the pitch is down low, so 2-0.
So as we were talking about whip is calculated by adding the number of walks and hits allowed. So you want to get all the base runners and divide that sum by the number of innings a pitcher pitches. So that just whip calculates like how many base runners a pitcher allows per inning.
That pitch gets away from the catcher. Coming home is Regan, and Regan will score standing up. It'll probably go down as a wild pitch. A series was not able to handle it. It rolls to the backstop, and hey, the Scouts will definitely take that as Regan comes to score on the play. There's now 16-4 in favor of the Locos. Moving up to second on the play was Truman Brown.
Boylston here with one swing of the bat can add on another run for the Scouts.
3-0 pitch is in there for a call strike.
Boylston still likes his count here. That 3-1 count is very favorable to him. As you say, he's a big power hitter, so he's going to wait for his pitch here and drive it.
3-1 pitch on the way. Boylston swings and misses. Whip was a stat that was invented back in 1979 by writer Daniel Brent. And I think it's a very important stat. As a pitcher, your job is not to allow too many base runners. As Boylston swings and misses at that one, down low, so he'll go down swinging. One gone here in the bottom half of the sixth. Zach Bacon now batting for the Scouts. One gone here in the bottom half of the sixth. Zach Bacon now batting for the Scouts.
Bacon here just needs to find a gap in the infield or outfield somewhere, try to get Truman Brown home.
He'll take a strike on the outside corner, Will Bacon. Bacon grinding into a double play and striking out swinging so far in the night. And the pitch taken low for a ball, 1-1 the count.
Bacon here just don't want to do too much up at the plate. Just put this ball in play, try to make something happen for your team.
That pitch is fouled back to the screen.
Something to pay attention to. Locos second baseman Wiley over there. Not doing too good of a job getting back after keeping Truman Brown held on second. Something for Bacon to watch out for if he gets an outside pitch, hit it over there.
1-2 pitch, swung. Second time this inning that a Scout has struck out. And now we go to back to the top of the order for the Scouts. That being Cameron Murray, the center fielder. Murray 1 for 2 on the night with a double. Scored a run back in the third inning.
You know, the last thing Murray wants to do is strand that runner out there on second, knowing the deficit his team has to overcome.
Murray will take a pitch down low. Well, it seems like Baker has bounced a lot of balls up there to his catcher, Daniel Series, in this inning. One run far for the Scouts in this frame. Lima still with that big lead, 16-4. Murray takes the ball. Looks like a fastball that just missed the outside corner.
When you're down like this, when you get ahead in a count, you definitely have to take advantage because you don't know how many of these counts you're going to get.
Pitch is inside for a ball. Continuing our discussion about whip, by the way, just look this up, Riley. So the man who owns the best career whip of any pitcher, Addy Joss. Legendary player for the Cleveland Indians back in the day. As that pitch gets away from the catcher, and moving on to third on the play will be Truman Brown.
Baker throwing a lot of short pitches there, throwing him only 56, 58 feet. His catcher, the series definitely isn't thanking him for it because it's allowing base runners to move.
So now Connor Boswell will come to the plate after the walk to Cameron Murray. Brown on third. And Murray's got some wheels as well, so if Boswell can find a way to poke this one into either one of the gaps, odds are this could probably end up being two more runs crossing. The Boswell has some business to attend to as he steps into the right-handed batter's box against the righty Baker. Baker with a high leg kick, and he'll deal. Swung on and missed, and the runner is safe at second as the Scouts continue to steal bases and bunches here. It's a stolen base by Cameron Murray.
Great jump and a great showcase of speed there by Murray, but the series has shown that he's got quite the cannon there behind the plate.
He has had a couple of close calls out there by second base. And remember, too, if your catcher is not able to get the runner, they can always blame it on the pitcher in the end.
Always.
0-1 pitch.
Always.
0-1 pitch. That's a strike. Don't know if that was a call strike or if Boswell went too far in the check swing, but in either case, goes against him. 0-2 the count on the Scouts right fielder, Connor Boswell.
His last time up, he had a hit with 2 strikes. He's going to have to do the same here, score a couple runs for his team.
Boswell taking his time, getting back into the right-handed batter's box. Now he does. Gets in there with that relatively open stance of his. Meanwhile, Baker, 0-2 pitch. And that is swung on and missed. They'll throw down to first to complete the strikeout. 1 run crosses the plate for the Scouts on 1 hit. And a couple men are left on base. 6 innings in the books here in Xenia as we head to the top half of the 7th. It is Lima 16, Xenia 4. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Top half of the 7th here at Grady's Field. It is Lima 16, Xenia 4. As the Locos will once again get another chance to bat here against the lefty Ryan Moeller. The pitch is inside for a ball.
Moeller here just needs to keep the ball low in the zone. Doesn't want to give anything big up to the Locos because they've already made some noise here in this game.
Well, the pitch by Moeller is up high for a ball. To K. Beloso. Beloso, the first baseman for Lima. He has scored 3 times, and he'll send a high pop-up into foul territory, calling for it and making the catch. No, not making the catch, actually. Was Truman Brown. Looked as though the Brown might have had a play as his back, came up against the bullpen wall that time. I don't know if that threw off his concentration or what, but the ball drops. Brown not able to make the play. And at least for one more pitch, Beloso is able to stay alive at the plate.
You know, Brown tracked that ball very well in foul territory till he started backing up and just backpedaling, and that's not what you want to do as a fielder, because once you start backpedaling, a lot can go wrong, and as it just happened, went wrong for Brown.
Moeller delivers, and that's a hot shot. And how about that? Truman Brown is able to right himself on the very next play, snagging a liner at the hot corner. 5 unassisted, 1 play.
That's how this game works. Sometimes it gives you that opportunity right back.
So 1 gone here in the top half of the 7th, and now Tyler Simon comes to bat. He has walked twice, and he has also scored twice. Infield, outfield, playing him straight away. Although, actually, as I say that, Murray is shaded slightly to his right. Might be playing Simon to pull right here. 1-0 pitch. Finds its way to the backstop, 2-0. Boy, one thing's for sure, the control has not been crisp for Moeller on this night, although hasn't given up a run in this game. He's been able to battle through those control issues.
And he's done a very good job of that. It's very hard to rebound, and some nights you just don't have the control, but Moeller able to get out still.
Here's the pitch by Moeller. That's in for a strike. Thought for a moment that was inside for a ball, but instead, Simon will have to go in for a strike. Thought for a moment that was inside for a ball, but instead, Simon will have to go back to the plate. 3-1 the count. Now the Locos third baseman, Casablanco on deck, and well, that's definitely a ball right there as Simon will try on down the first base. Moeller was trying to thread the needle on that pitch on the inside, but missed. So Simon with the walk, and Casablanco will now come to bat. He has struck out swinging. He has flied out to left field. He has singled and scored, and he has flown out to left field. So 2 F7s in the scorebook for Casablanco. Moeller will now throw over to first. Runner will be back in plenty of time. And during the 7th, we'll get you caught up with more scores around the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League. Moeller with the pitch. That swung on, and that hit off of one of Moeller's feet. Throw to first is in time. Nice heads-up play by the catcher, Regan, who was able to snare the ball on the bounce off of Moeller's foot and get the runner at first. And now Moeller looks like will be checked out here just to make sure that he's A-okay on the play. But, boy, Riley, nice heads-up play by Regan.
Great play by Regan on not giving up on the plate. He saw the ball bounce right off of Moeller's feet, back to him. Quick to get up and go grab that ball. Notice the runner wasn't quite at first yet and fired it down to get that out.
Just your garden variety 1-2-3 ground out.
Any way you can get outs when you're down like this, you'll take it.
Brad Croy now will bat for the Locos. Croy with a double back in the first, a fly out to center back in the third. As Moeller will kick and deal and delivers a strike. Roy has also singled and scored and fouled out to first.
Good sign from Moeller there after taking that hit from the ball, coming back and throwing a first pitch strike here.
0-1 pitch upcoming from Moeller. Here it is. Man, that's down low for a ball. 1-1 the count.
Moeller, he's had his control issues as we've mentioned, but he's been able to get outs. He just needs to keep this ball low and get the Scouts out of another inning.
Moeller with a pitch, and that's down low for a ball. As we promised, some scores around the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League. St. Clair leading Hamilton 6-2 in the bottom half of the fifth. Muskegon is leading Cincinnati 6-5 in the bottom half of the seventh. 2-1 pitch. That's in their first strike, counting him as a 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clippers leading the Steam 6-5 as they bat in the bottom half of the seventh down there in Cincinnati. And finally, Saginaw trailing Southern Ohio 8-5. Top half of the seventh in that one. There's a grounder over to second. Bacon over to King. And that is that for the Locos. No runs, no hits for the Locos as they leave a man on base. Stretch time here in Xenia. We head to the bottom half of the seventh. Locos in control 16-4. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
I actually made these graphs. I had to do it for an assignment.
Oh, okay.
So I did a lot of them. But yeah, it was from baseball last year. I did whip. I did a bunch of stats for it. But for some reason, I didn't put how to calculate whip on here, but I did that for the rest of them. Yeah. I don't know what me was thinking back then, but whatever. Is right.
Not only is this game with a big deficit, but it's just dragging right now.
Yeah. Not too much happening in
Nope.
any inning. And they got a new pitcher on the mound, 21. I think, or it might have been 31. No, 21. Austin Swift, lefty. Yeah. Indiana
What's his
Wesleyan.
last name again?
Swift. Austin Swift.
Yeah, please.
Yep. Oh, Marker. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, he goes to Indiana Wesleyan, so
Hey, there you go.
maybe he knows Eater.
So,
Yep. Both pitchers. One would think.
yep. Give the line score of the previous victory, by the way.
Yeah, I can get that. He came out.
I gotta wake up at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
That sucks.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some good food tonight, though.
Oh yeah.
Dugan Darnell will lead things off for the Scouts as we continue action here in the bottom half of the seventh. Alongside Riley Harshman, I'm Charlie Danis. This is Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. And we remind you, in baseball, success requires a combination of strength and conditioning. When it's time for the Scouts to work out, you know where they head to? They head to Snap Fitness. Snap Fitness, the official gym of the Xenia Scouts. Darnell, Bertelsmann, and King will be the scheduled batters for Xenia this frame against the new pitcher on the mound. That would be Austin Swift, 5'11", 210-pound junior from Indiana University. He is an Ohio native. Kalita. Never been there. As that pitch is swung on and missed. Either way, he's an Ohio native.
And
That pitch is swung on and missed by Dugan.
That line for Mr. Cole Baker, he had 2 innings of work.
Oh, one pitch is in there for a strike.
2 innings of work, 3 strikeouts, and 2 hits allowed. No run, 1 run, 2 runs actually came by for him.
Darnell, meanwhile, singling his last time up. Pitch, and that hit Darnell. So he'll reach base via hit by pitch for the second time tonight. That happened to him all the way back in the first. It is Lima 16, Xenia 4. And we continue to play on here at Grady's Field. Still some hope left for the Scouts, but if they're wanting to get back into this game, they better start scoring some runs in bunches.
Yeah, the time for chipping away little by little is gone. They need to start chipping away a lot bigger.
Bertelsmann will take a pitch inside. Forget chipping away. They're going to have to get the electric chipper and try to take this bad boy down piece by piece.
Put it in overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
But Darnell's got to take that hit by pitch. He was immediately down 0-2 and gets a freebie. The Scouts need base runners.
Meanwhile, Bertelsmann with a 1-0 count. Swift, he'll deliver. And that's inside for a ball as well. 2-0 the count. Bertelsmann, who has singled a couple times already tonight. He also has a couple stolen bases on the night as well.
Yeah, Bertelsmann has showed in his 2 games here as a scout that he can hit the ball to any part of the field that you need him to.
Trying to think. He had 2 hits, I want to say, in the season opener against Hamilton. And coming on Saturday night, 2 more hits tonight here. I think he's slowly but surely letting his bat do the talking as that pitch is inside for a ball and letting people know, hey, if you're going to put a starting 9 out there, night in, night out, I think I deserve to be a part of that batting order.
The truth is, like, baseball players know that if you can put the ball into play, you can get hits, you're going to find a way into the lineup.
Bertelsmann now working with a 3-0 count. Swift needing a strike here. He'll kick and deal, and he'll get a strike with the fastball. 3-1 the count.
Talking to Bertelsmann at training camp, he loves to hit the ball, so you know he likes the 3-1 count. He likes this chance to hit here for his team.
Bertelsmann swings and fouls it off to the right, so now we'll go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Darnell still sitting over there at first base after being hit by a pitch. Meanwhile, Felix King, he is waiting on deck for the Scouts.
Darnell not getting too big a lead over there. Darnell not getting too big a lead over there at first. Hasn't seen Swift's move yet. Doesn't want to get picked off.
Payoff pitch. Bertelsmann swings, and it's a bullet into left field for a base hit. Another single for Ryan Bertelsmann, who continues to rack those bad boys up.
Bertelsmann just shows a prolificness of just finding the gaps in the infield. I think that's his. We've seen quite a few CNI singles there from him, and that was another one. Great piece of hitting.
So now Felix King will come to bat. King's still looking for his first hit of the night. He has struck out swinging, and he has flied out twice, once to center field and once to right field.
2 very hard hit balls were caught in the outfield, so King trying to find a gap here.
Pitch is taken for a strike, particularly that one that he hit in the 5th inning, and that was just a case of bad luck right there as King hit a big drive out to right. The catch was made by Anshaw, and then Bertelsmann was doubled off of second because he thought that ball was going to be at the very least hit off the wall. We have just been told that Caleb Eder is a pinch hitter, actually. So, our apologies. 0-2 count on Eder. But Eder will foul it off to the left. So, hey, a little bit of Indiana Wesleyan action. Mano a mano, batter versus pitcher. These two are college teammates. versus pitcher. These two are college teammates.
Eater definitely wants to get the upper hand on his college teammate here. Always adds a little bit.
Pitch is a grounder to second, and that's going to be a 4-6-3 double play.
That was just a thing of beauty right there. Perfectly executed. Good scoop and toss by second baseman Wiley right to Diffley, and Diffley is a nice little spin move, tagged the bag, and whipped it over to first.
So now Connor Regan will come to bat with 2 out and a man on third. With a couple of singles to his credit tonight, and now looking for an RBI. Here's the pitch. Regan swings and fouls it off to the right. Lima, 16 runs on 15 hits, 2 errors in the field. The Scouts, they've had plenty of hits as well tonight. They've got 11, but they only got 4 runs to show for it. The pitch is down low for a ball.
We have to apologize to you guys. I believe Jarrett Lindsay
yes,
is pinch hitting here for Connor Regan. Lindsay's also a catcher, so I think he's going to take that spot in the field. Just noticed the number change.
I think we're starting to get to the point where, since the score is as it is, as that pitch is inside, Coach Gates is starting to pull a little bit of the starting lineup just to try to get some guys some playing time.
Just try to get a different energy out there. You never know what can happen. But fresh bat, a lot of good can come of it.
Pitch is inside for a ball.
Lindsay here, he knows he's got that runner 90 feet away. Just needs to put this ball in play, try to find a gap somewhere and get that runner home.
Lindsay will step back into the right-hander batter's box against the lefties.
A gap somewhere and get that runner home.
Lindsay will step back into the right-hander batter's box against the lefty Swift. It's a 3-1 count on the Scouts catcher. Lindsay swings and fouls it back to the screen. 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Jarrett Lindsay. Base is empty. 2 down here in the bottom half of the 7th. As the lights are shining bright here at Grady's Field. Pitch is inside, and Lindsay able to get a walk out of that.
Good job by Lindsay there, working that count to his favor, and ended up getting the walk, getting another base runner on here for the Scouts, and extending the inning.
Runners on the corners now for the Scouts with 2 outs. And Truman Brown. Hey, how about that? I was able to get a batter right for the first time in this inning. As that pitch is taken low for a ball.
Lindsay wants to still be careful over there at first. Focus might not be completely on him, but with that lefty, he can always pick him off and get that 3rd out of the inning.
Meanwhile, Brown waiting on the 1-0 pitch. Here it is. That's a strike. Fastball up in the inside corner. 1-1 the count. On Truman Brown, he's reached via fielder's choice. He's flown out the center, and he's reached on another fielder's choice. The pitch. That's up high. 2-1 the count. And Swift missed badly with a fastball that time. Luke Boylston waits on deck for Xenia.
Swift's got to watch his location here. He doesn't want to throw the ball too high or too low. Get a pass ball and let that run on in.
Swift with the pitch, and that is swung on and belted out to left field. Brown might have a homer here, and did he make the catch? No, it is a home run. That just eluded the glove of John Priviton. It's a 3-run homer for Truman Brown. Well, there's a highlight for the Scouts right there as Truman Brown exits stage left.
Great piece of hitting there by Brown. He had 2 strikes on him. Found the pitch he could drive and send it out to left field. And took a piece out of that lead, as we mentioned.
Well, that's got to feel good for Truman.
First Scout home run we've seen this year.
Very true. Very true. And hopefully we'll see more of those going forward. As Luke Boylston was dashing down to first, he thought he was hit by a pitch by Swift.
No, he ripped one down that third base line. Thought it might have been fair. Unfortunately not. Just foul. But Boylston, he's got to straighten that out a little bit here.
Boylston with a couple of hits, and he struck out swinging his last time up, 2 for 3 on the night. Well, let's see if Boylston can keep this inning going. It's now 16-7 in favor of Lima as that pitch is up high for a ball. The pitch from Swift. That misses. High and inside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Or 2-1 the count, excuse me.
Boylston here got ahead in the count, so he's definitely going to try to make Swift pay here. Boylston's had a nice night at the plate. Going to try to continue it here.
The pitch. High and away to Boylston. 3-1 the count now on the Scouts left fielder. Boy, we have seen some balls leave with great frequency over that left field wall tonight.
It's a short wall.
Only about 4 feet tall.
Yep.
Swift with the pitch as Boylston fouls it off to the right.
Yeah, 4 total home runs a day. Who knew we'd be seeing such a display of offensive power?
The way the walls work here at Grady's Field, the ones closest to the foul poles are 4 feet, and then you increase by increments of 2 feet, 6 feet, and then the center field wall is 8 feet. Boylston swings and fouls that one back to the screen. 3 balls and 2 strikes on good old Luke.
Boylston here fighting off those trash pitches. Doesn't want to get called strike 3 there. Just trying to fight them off so he can get a pitch he can drive somewhere.
Here comes the payoff pitch to Boylston. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Speaking of 3 runs come across the plate for the Scouts this frame thanks to the 3-run bomb by Scouts third baseman Truman Brown. 3 runs on 2 hits and no one left on base. We have played 7 here in Xenia. It is Lima 16, Xenia 7. This is your home for Xenia Scouts Baseball, the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Top half of the 8th here at Grady's Field. Scouts were able to get 3 runs in the last inning, but they still trailed the Locos 16-7 in this game. So once again, we get to see that fearsome batting lineup exhibited by the Locos, who, by the way, won the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League last year. Tyler Anshaw comes to the plate. He grounded out to second his last time up, and boy, doesn't waste any time as he swings at the first pitch he sees from Moeller and slaps it into center for a base knock.
His third base coach wasn't even down to third base yet, and he was already in the batter's box ready to get a hit.
That is now the 4th hit On the night for Tyler Anshaw, who has a homer, 2 singles, and a double.
Displaying his hitting power.
Daniel Series now batting. Why didn't Anshaw wait to take a pitch, try to get a triple on that last play? I mean, he only needs a triple to complete the cycle. He'll take the hit regardless. As Series swings and misses at the pitch. Series with a 2-run homer earlier in this game. There have been 3 homers hit in this affair by the Locos. One by Anshaw, one by Series, and one by Beloso. Moeller with the pitch. Snaps in a curveball for a call strike.
Moeller here's going to try to keep this ball low with 2 strikes. Hopefully force Series here to ground into a double play.
Infield is playing a double play depth. 0-1 for Moeller. And that is way outside as that will head to the backstop. And heading to second on the play is Anshaw. We've seen a couple of pitches like that from Moeller. But again, he's been one of the few Scouts pitchers to keep the Locos off the scoreboard. He's been able to battle through those control issues.
That just speaks to his resilience, doing a great job of not letting the day get the better of him.
This is swung on and belted out to left center field, and that ball is gone. Daniel Series with his 2nd homer of the night. A no-doubter over the left center field wall. And the Locos, well, they keep on working up there on the scoreboard. 18-7 now in favor of the boys from Lima.
Very interesting to see that 3 of their 4 homers have come from their 7 and 8 hitters. Usually you see those guys more closer to the top of the lineup, but, I mean, if it fits, it ships.
It just shows the depth of their lineup as this is fouled back to the screen by Justin Wiley. Now, you and I were looking over the roster a little bit, Riley, of the Locos before this game started, and we're talking about players from some big-name programs as the pitch is low for a ball. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, saw a couple guys from LSU, saw a couple guys from Auburn, so you know that SEC is a powerhouse when it comes to baseball.
Anytime you can dip into the SEC pool when it comes to baseball, I think you're doing something right. As that pitch is down low for a ball from Moeller as he continues to work against Justin Wiley. Wiley, 1 for 3 on the night officially with a single. Also walked in this game. He came back in the 7th. Moeller with the wind and the delivery, and this is a grounder over to short. Darnell with the strong throw, and the play made at the other end by Caleb Eater, who has entered in as the first baseman. 6-3 the put out. 1 out here in the 8th inning. Top of the 8th, to be more specific. Back to the top of the Lima batting order now with John Privatera. And John Privatera, boy, he had a chance to bring a ball back into the ball yard as he swings and hits a grounder over to second. Bacon will have to hurry, and his throw pulls Eater off of the bag. So that'll be an error on Bacon. As Privatera able to reach safely. Definitely now the batter. But going back to Privatera, as Diffley digs in, had a chance to bring a ball back near the left field wall. Truman Brown with a drive, and Brown got the better of the play as he was able to knock in 3 runs with 1 big swing. First homer of the season for Xenia. And I'm sure Privatera is wondering, if I had extended my arm a little bit, if I had run a little faster, maybe, just maybe, I could have chased that ball down a little bit. Here's another long drive out to center. Actually coming in will be Murray, and Murray lets it drop. Don't know if Murray lost that ball in the lights or what, but I think initially he thought that that was going to go a lot longer off the bat of Diffley than it actually did. In any case, it's a single for Diffley. That is now his 4th hit of the night. Advancing the second on the play is Privatera.
And that's a tough break because we've seen a lot of those fly balls just carry today for the Locos. So Murray was thinking back, and he ended up having to charge it a little bit. Wasn't able to make the play, but he shouldn't dwell on it.
Gabe Beloso will now come to bat. He's got a homer. He's got a double. He's also walked in this game. Like many of the Locos batters, he has had a pretty fine night here at Grady's Field. He now waits on the 1-0 pitch from Moeller. And that gets by the catcher, Jarrett Lindsay, as both runners will will move up a base. Privatera to third, Diffley to second. That'll be a wild pitch on Moeller. And so Beloso will now have a chance to knock in two if he is able to get a base knock right here.
Moeller's really got to focus in here. We've seen quite a few wild pitches from him, and now he's got runners both in scoring position. A pass ball can allow another run to go.
2-0 pitch, grounded to short. They will let runner score as the throw to first will be in time. 6-3 ground out for Beloso, but credit him with an RBI on the ground out as Privatera is able to score on the play. Yet another run for Lima as they increase their lead to 19-7.
Moeller still has to be aware of that runner on third. Doesn't want to throw another wild pitch.
Pitch is in there for a call strike to Tyler Simon. Simon walking his last time up. He's walked 3 times on the evening tonight. Doing a good job of getting on base for the Locos. Moeller, meanwhile, with an 0-1 count. The pitch. And swung on and fouled off to the left. 0-2 the count.
I don't think Moeller should mess around here. He needs to get out his best pitch and strike out this batter.
3 runs have already crossed the plate for the Locos this frame. But Moeller looking to put a stop to that right here, right now. The pitch. That's a ground ball over to third. Throw across the diamond, and it is in time. 5-3 ground out for Tyler Simon. And that'll end the inning for the Locos, but not before Lima is able to score 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave a man on base as we head to the bottom half of the 8th. It is Lima 19, Xenia 7. This is your home for Xenia Scouts Baseball, the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
Probably more like 2:45. Remember we started late, but still. Oh yeah, still. Surprised there's still people listening. There are 22. Okay, all right. We definitely still have an audience. Probably parents and stuff. Yeah. Oh, who's the light from? Are you able to look that up? Who? The light. The guy that gave the thumbs up. I don't know if I can do it here, but I can probably do it like when I look at the replay. Yeah, probably. That's cool. I think they got a new arm out there. Alrighty. Come on, dude. You're up 19-7. I guess you're just trying to see some arms. Is it 18? I think that's 18. Joshua Farmer, 6'3", 170 from Mercer University. Farmer. Oh yeah, you wanna put Farmer over there if you want. Yeah, sure. Hopefully we don't have to say his name too many more times. Hopefully it's a
Back here at Grady's Field, as we climb on into the bottom half of the 8th. Lima leading Xenia 19-7 as the pitch will be outside to Zach Bacon. Still looking for his first hit of the game. He has struck out twice, swinging so far on the evening. Pitch to Bacon is up by for a ball. And by the way, we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Locos. That'd be Joshua Farmer. He's a 6'3", 107-pound sophomore out of Bogart, Georgia. Plays his college ball at Mercer University. And that pitch is in there for a call strike. Now, if you are a college basketball fan, you might remember a few years ago, Mercer's big upset of Duke. Now, help me out here, Riley. Was that the Duke team that had Jabari Parker on it at the time?
I believe it was. It was a 14-3 as well in the first round.
It was a big upset. It was a big upset. As that pitch is swung and missed by Bacon. I still remember that one player, I forget his name, that did the funky dance at the end or whatever. That's always played in the highlight package every time a new edition of March Madness comes on CBS.
I never let you forget the big upsets.
Oh, of course not. That's what makes March Madness so fun. 3-2 pitch. Up high for a ball, and Bacon gets on board. So he does his job right there. A walk for the scout second baseman. And now Cameron Murray will come to bat. And by the way, despite the fact the Locos are leading this game 19-7, we really appreciate all the people listening on our broadcast. Riley and I were talking during the break about how there are still people watching and listening to our broadcast. We really appreciate it. Lord knows that it's been a long night for the Scouts as Cameron Murray swings and misses at that pitch. 0-1 the count. So we really appreciate your listenership, your viewership. It is what makes this so worthwhile for Riley and I. So Murray now working with a 0-1 count against the right-hander Farmer. Here's the pitch. And that pitch is outside for a ball. So the count now evens at 1 ball and 1 strike for Cameron Murray. He has grounded out to first. He has doubled and scored. And he's also walked. And also has a stolen base on the night.
Murray here definitely going to be looking for a pitch he can put in the air. He does not want to ground into a double play.
Murray. Swing, but it was a call strike regardless. 1-2 the count. Connor Boswell will... well, actually is waiting on deck, I should say. Kind of getting a little ahead of myself. Farmer delivers, and Murray with a nice job spoiling that pitch off to the right. He'll stay alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now Murray's got to fight, try to get a pitch he can hit.
So Murray back in the batter's box against Joshua Farmer. That's up high for a ball. 2-2 the count on Murray. The Youngstown State product, Cameron Murray, trying to put another base runner out there at the very least as Bacon takes his lead from first. And Murray will take a ball. That bounces away from the catcher, and Bacon is able to move up into scoring position. On to second for the scout second baseman.
And now Murray can just focus on putting this ball in play somewhere and try to keep this inning going strong with no outs for the Scouts.
Murray waggling the bat around a little bit as Farmer will come set at the belt. Looks back to second. Now he'll deliver. And that's up high. That is a walk for Murray. Second walk. Second straight walk to begin this frame for the Scouts. And now Connor Boswell will come to the plate. Well, if nothing else, Xenia is getting base runners out there. Now their job is to try to drive them in as best they can. Xenia trailing Lima 19-7. Boswell, the right fielder, now steps into the batter's box. Right-handed hitter. Lima 19-7. Boswell, the right fielder, now steps into the batter's box. Right-handed hitter against the right-handed throwing Joshua Farmer. Farmer with the pitch. There's a ground ball out to second. Both runners move up into scoring position on the 4-3 ground out by Boswell. And you know what? If nothing else, as a batter in that particular situation, doesn't matter what the score is up there on the scoreboard, your job at the very least is to hit the ball to the right side and try to give those runners a chance to move up. And that is what exactly happens. Boswell walks back to the dugout with a splintered bat. Apparently he broke his bat that time.
He actually just broke it right there over his knee.
Oh, really?
Play, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Showing some favor to Yasiel Puig, who did that the other night.
Note to self, do not tick off Connor Boswell, especially when he has a baseball bat. Pitches in there for a called strike to Dugan Darnell. Darnell with a single. He's also been hit by a pitch a couple times. So runners in scoring position with one out for Darnell. Bacon at third. Murray at second. Darnell takes a strike. 0-2 count on Dugan Darnell.
Darnell definitely wants to put this ball in play. He's got ducks on the pond. He wants to put this somewhere in the outfield.
Darnell swings, and it is going to be an infield hit for Darnell. No play to be made by the shortstop, Diffley, who did a nice job of keeping it in the infield, but because of all the action around the bases, not able to make a play. Bacon comes in to score. And now it'll be runners on the corners for the Scouts. Second base knock of the night for Darnell. Give him an RBI on the play. And now it's 19-8 in favor of Lima. So the Scouts are not done just yet. Still got a long ways to go, though. Ryan Bertelsmann will take a pitch down low.
Bertelsmann shown how good he is with the lumber. 3 hits today.
Reached on a fielder's choice back in the first, and then since then, all singles. 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth, and 1 in the seventh. Bertelsmann swings and fouls it off to the left. Caleb Eater was leaping high, trying to make a catch on that foul ball. As that ricocheted off the top of the Scouts dugout to our left. The Locos dugout is located to our right. Little bit of a breeze, but not too much. Pitch, high and inside. As Bertelsmann had to lean out of the way of that one a little bit. Waiting on deck is Caleb Eater, who came in for Felix King, who originally started at first base for the Scouts tonight. The pitch. That's down low. Gets away from the catcher. And a runner will move up to second. Darnell showing some great hustle on the base pass right there as he's able to move on that last pitch. So now Bertelsmann, hey, if you get a single right here, you got a couple ribeyes, son.
Yeah, ducks on the pond and Bertelsmann, 3 hits. That's a good opportunity.
3-1 pitch grounded to the shortstop. Another run will come in to score, and Bertelsmann not able to beat it out that time, as that'll be a 6-3 ground out to the shortstop. But the main thing is Murray's able to score on that play. So now 2 runs have crossed the plate for the Scouts. It's now 19-9 in favor of the Locos.
Scouts have just done a good job. They've been down this entire game, but they've shown a good job of fighting back, showing that they're not going to go away so easily.
Pitch to Eater is taken up high for a ball. 1-0. Eater, his last time up, grounded out to second. Eater will take a pitch for a strike. 1-1 the count.
Eater's going to stay away from those pitches. They might have been called a strike, but it was very low, and Eater doesn't want to ground into anything right now and this inning.
Farmer looks back at second, now delivers, and Eater swings and misses a pitch way outside. A little over eager there on that swing as the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Farmer looking to put away Eater here. 1-2 pitch on the way. And Eater went They'll throw down to first to complete the strikeout. That'll be it for that inning for the Scouts. They tally 2 runs on 1 hit, and they leave a man on base as well. We head to the top half of the ninth. Lima 19, Xenia 9. This is your home for Xenia Scouts baseball, the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Top half of the ninth here in Xenia. Things looking pretty good for the Lima Locos as they lead the Xenia Scouts 19-9. Justin Wiley. Actually, I take that back. Mark Casablanco up to bat. Casablanco takes a ball outside. Casablanco grounded into the, as we mentioned, garden variety 1-2-3 ground out. And a liner off of Moeller's foot as he takes a ball up high. Bounced the way of the then catcher, Connor Regan. And Regan was able to complete the put out to first base on the play with a strong throw. 3-1 count now on Casablanco. That pitch is fouled back to the screen. Since then, Jarrett Lindsay has gone in there at catcher.
Mueller doing a good job fighting back here after throwing 3 straight balls.
Payoff pitch. That misses down low. It is a walk for Casablanco. Casablanco. So now Brad Croy will come to bat. And actually a pinch hitter coming up here for Lima. Jess Davis. He's a 6'1", 185-pounder, redshirt freshman for UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham. He is a left-handed batter. And he'll take a ball from Moeller to begin this at-bat. Moeller with the kick of the pitch. And that's up high. 2-0 the count. And boy, Riley, we were talking during the break about how Moeller is really getting an extended look here on the mound. Now, he's had some control issues, but I'd say all in all, he's looked a lot better than when he did in the season opener at Hamilton. What do you think?
He has looked a lot better. He hasn't, I mean, with the exception of the 8th there, he hasn't allowed too many runs. And when you don't allow runs as a pitcher, skipper's going to keep you out there.
3-0 count now. Moeller back on the mound. The pitch. That's down low for a ball, and that's a walk. That's the second walk of the inning for Moeller. And I just kind of have a feeling, Riley, that he just might be getting a little tired at this point.
Yeah, he has pitched the longest out of any of the other Scouts pitchers have tonight, and definitely getting tired. His control's failing a little bit. but there's 0 outs here and lots of opportunity to make outs with runners on first and second.
Moeller now goes to work on the next batter, down low for a ball. It's a pinch hitter. And we are getting our first look as is Anthony Amacangelo. And I pray that I didn't butcher that name right there. 2-0 count on Amacangelo. He plays at Johnson County Community College. He's a sophomore there. He's originally from Bremerton, Washington. So that pitch is high and inside for a ball. 3-0 the count as the control issues are really starting to get a little hairy here for Moeller. Here, the pitch, and that is hit off of his foot once again. Boy, that's just bad luck right there. Now they're going to send the runner to the plate, and he's going to score. Casablanca with a heads-up play right there. I think if Cameron Murray gets a stronger throw back into the infield, I think they have him dead to rights out there. But Murray, I think, thinking that Casablanca would be held up at third on that play, didn't exactly come in with the strongest of throws. And another run now crosses the play for the Locos. It's now an even 20 for Lima. Looks as though that a new pitcher will be taking the mound for the Scouts as Drayle will come in. We'll tell you about Sam Drayle when we come back. One run already in for the Locos here in the top half of the ninth. As we step aside, it is Lima 20, Xenia 9 here in the top half of the ninth. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
Series, and looks like Wiley will be replaced by 13. Okay. And that's Jackson Shirley. Okay. Oh boy, that's just bad luck right there. Yeah. This guy's just from Ohio. Not sure where. Just from Ohio.
Oh, that's nice. That's really descriptive.
Yeah, just anywhere. You can probably just fall and you'll hit.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't even, we don't know. Good thing he hasn't played.
He's from nowhere.
We're just going to assume he's a military family, so he really doesn't have a hometown.
He is an Army brat. By the way, I'm just going to want to do a quick wrap up post-game show and just get the food.
Okay,
that way,
me.
drown my misery in food.
Yep. I'm
All
probably
right,
going to get it to go.
New pitcher on the mound for the Scouts as we get to see Samuel Drayle out there on the mound making his second appearance of the season for the Scouts.
We saw a lot of good stuff from Drayle his last outing last Sunday, so hope to see more of the same here.
Sears the batter. Daniel, that is. And he'll take a pitch down low, 1-0 the count. Sears is singled. He has grounded to third. He has a 2-run homer. He's been hit by a pitch. And another 2-run homer. He has definitely provided some pop. Speaking of providing pop, there's a liner, and Murray not able to make the catch as that will bounce around over there in left center. They will send the runner on the play. Scoring on the play is Brad Croy. And that'll be an RBI single for Sears. Boy, have a night, Daniel Sears. He has been a one-man wrecking crew for Lima tonight. 21-9 in favor of the Locos.
Trail here has to not worry about that run that just crossed and keep working.
So now batting will be Justin Wiley. Actually, wait a second. I think we have another pinch hitter. Boy, it's been a row of pinch hitters.
I believe it is Jackson Shirley.
Jackson Shirley up there batting, right-hander against the righty Drail, and that one will scoop by Zach Bacon for a base knock into right field. And now the bases are loaded with Locos, with still nobody out here in the top half of the ninth. It's been a rough night for the Scouts, and boy, this ninth has not been pretty as well. Started with a couple of walks, one to Casablanca, one to Croy. Amacangello followed that with an RBI single. Daniel Sears had an RBI single, and just a moment ago, a single by Justin Wiley to load the bases with still nobody out. And John Privatera will now come to bat for Lima once again as he fouls it off to the left, and he's quickly in a no balls, 2-strike count. Privatera reaching on an error his last time. He has scored twice tonight. Drail with the high leg kick in the pitch. It's fouled off to the left. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. By the way, we were talking about this during the break. It is dark, and I mean really dark. And I'm not just saying that because, it's nighttime. Because it is very cloudy overhead as that is swung on and missed for strike 3 by Privatera. That's the first out of the inning. Because it's very cloudy, not a lot of moonlight. I mean, as you look straight out of where we're sitting here at Grady's Field, you can see a little bit of the trees beyond the outfield walls, but that's only because of the light shimmering onto the field right now. Other than that, it is pitch black. Drail delivers a strike.
Very, very dark night for baseball.
But luckily, the lights are shining and working quite well here at Grady's Field. That pitch is grounded. And Dugan will go to third, and they're going to say the runner is safe at third. Darnell drifting to his right when he was able to snag the grounder. He threw to Truman Brown, the third baseman, thinking that he would get the force at third. And they call the runner, that being series safe. Meanwhile, on the play, Amacangello was able to score.
Truman Brown went for the tag there when he had the force out. So that's why Series was able to slide in safely.
So Diffley reaches on the fielder's choice. Amacangello scores on the play. Series moves up to third. It's now 22-9 in favor of Lima. 3 runs have crossed the plate this inning. And now Kay Beloso will come to bat. Beloso has walked and scored. He has grounded out to second. He's doubled and scored. He's homered. He's also lined to third and grounded out to short. Pitch is up high for a ball, 1-1 the count. So officially, he is 3 for 6.
Drail here, he got that last batter. He got the ground ball he wanted. So that ball was in the dirt. But Drail, he got the ground ball he wanted, and he didn't get the out. But he's got to have a short memory about that and try to get another ground ball here, hopefully get a double play.
2-1 pitch upcoming here to Beloso. It is high and wide, 3-1 the count. Big Sam Drail out of Cairn University, working on the hill for the Scouts. 3-1 offering. That's down low for a ball, and that's a walk. Once again, the bases will be loaded with Locos. Tyler Simon once again batting for Lima. As that pitch is outside for a ball.
Drail got to find his control here, try to make something happen for his team on defense here.
This pitch is swung on and belted out to right center, but making the play for the Scouts is Boswell. A runner will score. It'll be a sac fly for Simon. 2 gone now in the inning. 4 runs have now crossed the plate for Lima. Actually, make that 5, excuse me. Mark Castablanco will come up once again. This is the second time in this game that Lima will have batted, will have gone through a full batting order in an inning. They did it back in the 4th when they scored 9 runs. And so far they got 5 here in the top half of the 9th. Casablanca will take a ball from Drayle. 1-1 the count. Both these teams will be back at it tomorrow here at Grays Field. First pitch is scheduled for 7:05. And, of course, we will have the coverage for you right here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network as the pitch is taken inside and low. 2-1 the count. Casablanco, he has struck out swinging. He has flied out to left. He has singled and scored. He has flied out to left. He has grounded out to the pitcher in a way, and he's walked and scored. He'll send a fly ball down the left field line as foul. Now will find its way out towards the Scouts bullpen. 2-2 the count on Casablanco.
Drill trying desperately to end this long 9th inning for the Scouts.
Drayle with a long look into his catcher, Jarrett Lindsay. He now has his sign. He'll kick and deliver. And that pitch is up high for a ball. 3-2 on Casablanco. Casablanco taking a pitch low. And that's another walk. Second time that Casablanco has walked this inning. And once again, the bases are loaded.
Now batting for the Lima Locos, number 12, Davis.
Davis now once again batting for Lima as he'll take a strike. 0-1 the count. Drayle throws in a strike. 0-2 the count. Drayle 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. The pitch. That's down low. 1-2 the count. Bases are juiced with Locos. 5 runs have already crossed the plate here in the top half of the 9th in a game that has been dominated by Lima, 24-9 in favor of the Locos. As that is swung on and missed, and finally the Scouts are able to get out of this frame, but not before 5 more runs cross the plate for Lima. We're heading to the bottom half of the 9th. The Locos leading the Scouts 24-9. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Bottom half of the ninth. Last chance for the Scouts. They trail Lima 24-9 in this game. And a new pitcher on the mound for Lima.
Yep, Bryson Finney out of Kennesaw State University, native of Fairburn, Georgia, is a left-handed pitcher.
Finney delivers, and that pitch is down low for a ball to Jarrett Lindsey, who took over for Connor Regan. Regan was the one who originally started at catcher today for the Scouts. Pitch to Lindsey is fouled off to the right. Count moves quickly to 1-1.
Locos been cycling through the pitchers the last couple innings. I'm sure Coach Gaynor wants to find out what he's got in his bullpen.
1-1 pitch on the way. That's outside for a ball. 2-1 the count for Lindsey. Jarrett Lindsey, Truman Brown, Luke Boylston, the scheduled batters for the Scouts here. And, of course, Xenia's hoping more of those guys will come to the plate. Deep throw into the hole, and he is safe. Tremendous effort by Diffley that time as he went deep into the hole, but his throw to Beloso pulled the first baseman off the bag, and that allows Lindsey to reach safely. That'll go down as an infield hit. Great effort by Diffley. It's just that he was just a little bit off the mark that time.
That's such a tough play to make, going to your backhand, going the opposite way you want to throw it, jumping, making that throw. It was a very impressive play, just pulled off a little bit over there at first base.
And now a pinch runner is going to be entering the game for the Scouts.
I believe that's Chandler Chambers.
And you, sir, would be correct. Where's number 16 on the back of the jersey? Chambers, 5'11", 180-pounder out of Lipscomb University, located in the Nashville area. So Truman Brown, well, he'll look to keep this thing going. There's no saying in baseball, keep the line moving, and that's what Xenia's trying to do right here as Lindsey was able to reach, and Lindsey is running on the play. It's a grounder to short, and the throw to first will be in time. And luckily, Lindsey was running on that play. Otherwise, that would have been an easy 6-4-3 double play.
Chambers,
excuse me.
Yep.
My bad.
It's all good.
It's been a long night.
Has been.
Luke Boylston now batting for the Scouts. Boylston 2 for 4 on the night with a single and a double and a couple strikeouts. Boylston swings and misses at that one. 0-1 count on the Scouts left fielder.
Boylston's gotten a hold of a couple balls today. He's going to look to do the same here in the ninth.
Well, he's seen a couple of balls head over the left field wall. How about he sends one over the left field wall himself as Lindsey will take third. That'll be defensive indifference on that play.
Luke got that RBI waiting for him 90 feet away.
Boylston will take a pitch inside now. 1-2 the count. Again, both these teams will be back at it tomorrow. 7:05 first pitch between the Locos and the Scouts. And the Scouts will definitely be looking for a much better result as that pitch is down low. Lima 24, Xenia 9 here in the bottom half of the ninth. Boylston working with a 2-2 count against the lefty Finney. Runner at third in the form of Lindsey. Finney now sets at the belt, kicks and delivers. And that pitch is swung on, and this will be fouled off to the right. But making the play is the first baseman Beloso. And now the Scouts are down to their final out. So Zach Bacon will be tasked to try to keep this ball game going as we have just passed 10:30 in the evening here in Xenia. Finney with the kick and the pitch. And a swing and a miss by Bacon. Bacon with a walk his last time up. Came around to score in the 8th inning, actually.
We've yet to see a hit from Zach Bacon this year, so you know he's still giving it everything he's got up there. I'm pretty sure everyone on Xenia is.
Bacon swings and misses. And now the Scouts are down to their final strike. Bacon in the 0-2 hole. If Bacon finds a way to reach, Cameron Murray has a chance to bat this inning. He's waiting on deck. Now time has been called. Finney will reset on the mound. The left-hander has a sign. He kicks and fires. That pitch is way outside. It was one of those pitches that you just knew was not destined to go over the plate. It just came out funny from his hand. And Bacon stays alive for the moment. 1-2 count on the scout second baseman. Finney with the pitch. That's down low. So now the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Bacon here getting a chance to see better pitch than he probably would have saw at 0-2. Maybe put the bat on the ball and make it go somewhere.
Finney sets and deals. Swung on and missed. Zach Bacon goes down swinging. And the victory tonight goes to the boys from Lima. Your final score from Grady's Field. Lima 24, Xenia 9. Riley and I will be back to wrap things up here in Xenia in just a moment. Back here at Grady's Field, where Lima defeats the Scouts by a final of 24-9 alongside Riley Harshman. I'm Charlie Danis. Boy, Riley, from the word go, Lima brought the sticks. They were hitting the ball all over the field. They showcased the power. They showcased the extra base hits. A night to remember for the Lima offense and a night to forget for the Xenia pitching staff.
Yeah, the Locos, their bats were going wild in this one. They were just hitting the ball to every part of the field, any count. It just seemed like everything was going right for them at the plate today. And, the Scouts, they shouldn't hang their heads on this one because, when you score 9 runs in a baseball game, that's not bad. It's a good score to get as an offense, but 24 is obviously from another world. So Scouts are going to take this loss and learn from it and come back again tomorrow against the same team.
And hopefully they will be able to get a little bit of revenge on Lima. Some of the players that really stood out for the Locos tonight. Tyler Anshaw had a 2-run homer. Also had a double in this game. Got a whole bunch of base hits from the 7th spot, no less, of this Lima batting order. And the Locos, boy, they're able to pound out 24 runs on 22 hits. Simply amazing right there. On the plus side, though, got to give a shout-out to Truman Brown. Hit the first homer of the season for the Scouts with a 3-run bomb back in the 7th inning. And you know what, Riley? I'm always a glass-half-full type of guy. Maybe that will get the Scouts going offensively a little bit as they try to get some revenge on Lima tomorrow night.
Yeah, the offense for the Scouts, as I said, wasn't awful. 9 runs is a good mark to hit. Truman with that great bomb there. And, the Scouts in these later innings, even though they were down by a lot of runs, they kept swinging the bat. They kept putting it in play, and they kept trying to make things happen. So a lot to look forward to tomorrow.
The winning pitcher in tonight's game was the left-hander Tanner Hall for Lima. The losing pitcher tonight, well, that will go to Ben Bills, the right-hander for Xenia. Final look at the box score tonight for both teams. Lima, 24 runs on 22 hits. They leave 8 men on base, and they commit 2 errors in the field. Meanwhile, for Xenia, they tally 9 runs on 13 hits. They leave 8 men on base, and they commit 1 error in the field. Be sure to join us tomorrow night as these two teams hook up once again at Grady Field. First pitch is scheduled for 7:05, and as we will be doing all summer long, we will have the call for you here on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. For my broadcast partner, Riley Harshman, this is Charlie Danis saying one final time. The final score tonight from Grady's Field, it is Lima 24, Xenia 9. So long and good night from Xenia, Ohio.